There may not be a complete, all-encompassing explanation for evil, the evil that exists in this world in light of a mighty good God. But this does not change that there is a God, and He is good. When mankind is faced with pain and suffering for what seems to be no reason, it is hard to imagine a great, powerful God who is the definition of love and created all things. Acts of terrorism that devastate so many lives, diseases that affect both the innocent and the guilty, cancer that strikes and kills with an often long, drawn-out, painful process. There can never be an explanation that fully answers this tragedy. Explaining away suffering and pain may not do any good, but accepting that there is a God who loves, in spite of the pain in this world, this can change one's perspective in life forever. J.P. Morgan pointed out that God does not and will not make a square a circle, but that does not negate His power. Although there is evil in this world, God is still all-powerful. There is so much in the world that cannot be explained apart from a mighty, powerful Creator. The cosmological argument that there is a great, vast universe that came from nothing. Someone or something far greater than the universe itself is necessary for all that exists to exist. The fact that there is life on this earth, and the fact that all of these details had to be in place in order for life to exist, and they all happened, which is completely against all probability, as the book Evidence for God points out. This points to a great designer. The fact that we understand the concept of right from wrong from a young age, this is something that has to have been given to us from a Creator who is righteous and good. Can we truly accept that God is good in spite of the evil in this world? Many Christians have heard the story of Adam and Eve. In fact, many people in the world have, and the reason for which there is evil in this world. In the book Evidence for God, it is pointed out that when atheists offer evidence for suffering, they are typically point to things like the Holocaust or the rape of Nanking, or to children being horribly victimized. But such events fit well into the idea that humanity turned away from God. The evil in the world proves the Christian story, that God gave us a choice, and we chose what we have chosen, to forsake Him. Christians have pointed out that some suffering is often for a purpose. More than just pain to endure, God gives us suffering to help us grow. Christians can attest to the fact that the suffering in their life, the pain they have gone through, have drawn them closer to their Creator and to understanding their purpose in life. That God used even some of their greatest trials to help them grow. What about when someone innocent dies and there doesn't seem to be any purpose, no meaning, no cause, no reason? This cannot simply be answered by the fact that sometimes we suffer for a purpose. There is no good answer to this type of tragedy, like losing a child. There's no good answer to the question, why? Although this question may not be answered, God is still good in spite of death. My personal testimony is that two of my grandmothers, both mighty, wonderful, good women, they both died of cancer. And I can tell you, until the moment they died, they looked forward to eternity and were not afraid of death. They were willing to endure any pain and suffering to spend eternity with God. They believed that no pain on earth could compare to any eternity without God. In the midst of their pain and suffering, they shared this with me, a testimony that has shaped my life ever since. They helped me to see that in spite of pain and suffering and evil in this world, there is truly a good and mighty and great God who can help you through the evil and tragedy of this world. Finally, there cannot be an all-encompassing explanation for the suffering in this world, but we might have some insight into the reason behind the evil of this world. God created the heavens, the earth, the entire universe, and all that is in it, and then he created man. As the book Evidence for God points out, God did not create man for no reason. He created him for a relationship with God. No person can be forced to love, regardless of their station, their race, their place in society. Love is still a choice. If a king forces his people to love him, is he ever truly loved? Love that is forced is not really love at all. With this biblical concept of the reason for which man was created, this requires that man was given a choice. Not only a choice, but the free will to make and live out their choice. Man was given the choice to love God or to reject him, to betray God and turn to that which is evil, which resulted in all the evil that we see in this world. This cannot explain why all the evil in this world exists. There are still questions like, if God is so good and he knew of this evil and he knew it would come if he gave man this choice, why would he give them a choice? I believe it's because he wanted that relationship. But I can tell you even more so that from my own experiences, no matter the tragedy we face, God gives us hope. He gives us joy. He gives us peace. Evil in this world clouds our mind. It keeps us from seeing all the beauty around us. We miss the sunrise and the sunset, the vast expanses of the ocean, the majestic mountains, and the laughter of little children. Or we take for granted the ability to take a deep breath in the morning. All of these gifts from a great creator. We may never fully understand evil, but it does not have to consume us. And we can find hope in the midst of despair, because there is a God. He is mighty, and he is very, very good.